Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Oakland Raiders. So with that, let's get out to the East Bay in Oakland, California. On the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, as the 2019 regular season starts speeding toward a conclusion, not too many games remain to be played here in Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Oakland Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be fielded at the 8. And he spins away. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. A look now at the Oakland offense.
You know, in the locker room, they call Cooper Kupp the bloodline because he's the 3rd-generation Kupp to play in the NFL. Both his dad and his grandfather spent time on NFL gridirons. And before his injury in November of last season, Kupp was one of the most consistent young receivers in the game. Really did a lot of damage from the slot position.
On second down, Jacobs looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A look now at the starters on the defensive side for the Lions. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Brissett, man open, it's Kupp, he's got it. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, but it's going to be second down. They will run the draw with Jacobs. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches, 79 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Brissett now. It's complete to Fuller. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line. Brissett to throw on first. Well, that'll be caught by Kupp. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Here we go.
A gain of a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. He's got his man. It's Andrews. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now Ryan Suckup will come on and try the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, out of Eastern Illinois.
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year. You guys had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
He got touchdowns. I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was a good performance in person. Obviously was, but you thought even better on tape. It was really something to watch.
Yeah, what I loved was how he spread it around. A lot of people involved in the passing offense. 4 touchdown passes culminated it.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school, he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist, you know, that good stuff. Got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Give them 6 there, but now it's 3rd. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Play action now. Brissett. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10.
Here we go. 57. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. 6 and
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. A look at the defensive starters now for the Raiders. They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game is sky high. In fact, you'd absolutely be stunned to come away with a loss.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Get that ball. Get that ball.
Garoppolo now. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Here we go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So here are the Raiders now to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. Brissett on 1st down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Fletcher Cox, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Brissett sets to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And this is incomplete.
Here we go.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Play action. Garoppolo. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty. But there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance.
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field and try and get up and get it.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Here's Jacobs. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
From the gun, here's Brissett. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Here we go. 20.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The rushing numbers last week for Cohen. 19 carries, 127 yards, and a score.
And give him a ton of credit. He's running the ball really well. But I look at those guys up front. That unit is truly playing as just that. Every move that they make, their teammate understands what that move means and what they need to do. And right now, they're starting to grind it out pretty well.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Garoppolo looks to throw, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Here's Matt Hawk now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. The Raiders swarm in and block it. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. As his guys are in for 6. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Extra point try now for Succop. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Able to get the pressure, get a paw on it, knock it down, and then go and grab it and take it into the end zone. What a play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Let's go.
And heading out for another drive, the Raiders defense. And we get a glance at something that they've certainly done well in this game, and that's block kicks.
And they've made it a mission. They've made it part of who they are. It's not just making good tackles, knocking the ball free on defense. It's going after kicks because that creates an advantage for their entire team.
They'll start with a give to Cohen. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. 17-0 our score after 1. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
Now Garoppolo. And the Raiders have got him. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Here's Matt Hawk now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Counter play with Jacobs. Oh, little 360. 16 yards, a first down. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all. Let's make
To throw, Brissett. He's got Fuller. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Running is Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now the former Oregon man, this is Kenyon Barner, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. On 2nd down, it's Edwards, and he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Brissett. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Tariq Cohen and the rest of the offense heading back out there. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down.
First down, Lions.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in by.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Eric Walden hurling in for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And the pressure gets to him again. Eric Walden picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
52's the mark, 52. There we go.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. To throw is Brissett.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Now a carry for Jacobs. And an alley. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it.
He got this.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check.
Brissett. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Running the toss here to Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Check 49.
Now it's Edwards. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now Brissett. And that will be incomplete.
I'm going to hit you all day.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's the Raiders punter now as he's on to kick it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. There's Garoppolo to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
On the draw, this is Cohen. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And the Raiders have got him. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
And he gets this up just shy of the 15. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They'll run on first down. Jacobs. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. Second and 5 now. Brissett. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's the Raiders punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, all right, Brandon. Thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin with a matchup Browns fans remember all too well from 19...
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. On play action, now Garoppolo. He's going to loft one, deep left side here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Complete. It's Johnson. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Brissett to throw on first. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They run it with Jacobs. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Once again, it's Jacobs. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From just shy of midfield, Garoppolo. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Walden getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that will go out of the back of the end zone. Way too much mustard. Not a good punt, and it will come out to the 20. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A 1st down throw for Brissett. Incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Mike Mitchell coming up from the secondary to make the stop. Brissett from the gun on 3rd. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Here's the Raiders punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. They're still looking at 0 on the scoreboard, and they're going to be hard-pressed to do anything with this field position as they'll start at their 1-yard line.
This almost feels like you're trying to climb Mount Everest because they can put together a decent drive, get a couple of first downs, maybe a third one, and still not even get to midfield. That's a daunting task for this offense.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll take this up to about the 7- or 8-yard line. That second down run a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now. Garoppolo.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started? Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
I bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first, it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw is Garoppolo, and unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Matt Hawk now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
57 to Mike. Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
1st down, Brissett. And this is going to be incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Brissett. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. J.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Draw play, Cohen. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And he fires one incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee, and it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Matt Hawk now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them. And for a 2nd straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win. Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jacobs, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Tackle was made by Joel Iyiegbuniwe.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. 2 yards from the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And an alley to run. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Cup. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
It's just me and you.
From just shy of midfield, Brissett nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. The big fella. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's 17-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Well, throw on the quick slant going to be complete. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Brissett now. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll go back to Edwards on first down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. No.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
57 to mine. 57 to mine. Watch the curve.
On 3rd down, Brissett. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? this definitely qualifies.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Raiders now to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brissett dumps it off to Edwards. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
That's it. That's it. Big.
Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Let's go.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. Garoppolo now. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up because Frank Reich at Maryland in college, did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and I was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like you still harbor some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. To throw, Brissett. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver that time was Josh Jacobs, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Brissett, and that is incomplete.
J.J. Watt knocks, no, let me say it right. J.J. Watt swats another attempted pass away. A lot of defensive linemen, all defensive linemen are taught, get your hands up in the passing lane when you can't get to the passer. But he's taken it to high art for him, hasn't he?
He really has, and every time I see that, I'm reminded of that play against Cincinnati in the playoffs his rookie year, where he just took it right out of the air, took it in for 6 points, and then he really started to come into his own.
Yeah, legend really was born that day, wasn't it?
It was. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. And those numbers, they kind of tell the story of his game so far. Started off not so hot. Now he's really heated up.
And remember, he signed up for duty as the guy who leads the team, right? The field general, the signal caller. So when things go rocky early, he can't just exit out and ask someone else to pick things up. He's got to do it himself, and that's what he's done here in this game.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Matt Hawk now. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Spinning away. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So the Raiders now down by 4. 1:52 to play. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Brissett. And his throw here's incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. He's back to throw, and that is incomplete.
They won't, and offensively, your challenge, should you choose to accept it, take care of the football and run out the clock. They can't just go and turtle, as we like to call it, just tuck in and just sit on the ball here. Try and get that first down and finish the game off.
So here come the Lions now. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. Dorsett making the catch. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll run on second down with Cohen. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Detroit.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
You got 4. Second and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Down to a knee goes Garoppolo, and that ought to do it. So how about that comeback that we just witnessed going into the fourth quarter? I don't know that we had written them off, but it looked bleak. They were able to get it done.
They put up a barrage of points and reeling them in and running them down and winning it. Wouldn't you love to be in their locker room right now? Think about the energy that's radiating out of there right now. They're talking about belief, sticking together, and finding a way to win.
So for Detroit, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.